That's what I read, bro. You smell that? Bro, who was that?
Oh no.
That's what I read, bro. You smell that? Bro, who was that?
Oh no.
Remember on me?
Yeah, that's cool from your direction. Smell, smell, you know?
I might have farted, I'm sorry.
That's nasty. How do you smell that stinky smell? Well, let's take a trip to the store and find out.
So, come here, Max. For example, oranges and limes, they both fall under citrusy smells. See? See? But they both have one thing in common, which is...
So, for example, limes, lemons, and oranges all fall in the citrusy category. Now, in a recent study, we found out we could actually predict how an item will give off a certain smell. Because if they looked at citrusy, like lemons and all that, like they looked at citrusy stuff, and they found out that the molecule structure, actually, they all have something in common.
Holy crap, there's a whole thing of oranges over there.
Now, if we look at the molecule structure for citrusy smells, they all fall under one category. They have a build like this.
But how can our nose detect from sweet smells, citrus smells, and Max's farts? How exactly does that work, Max?
So look, let's say these cookies, right? You smell them, they give off a certain smell because they are obviously made out of molecules, they're made out of molecules. When we breathe in this stuff, right, our nose hairs actually blocks out the dust and pollen to protect that air and filter it. And then that goes into our olfactory receptors.
What's an olfactory?
We'll get into that.
When we breathe in, we have little receptors in our nose called the olfactory system. That basically works by sending little signals to your brain explaining what a little thing could smell like or what a whole room can smell like.
So that's how it works, Chris. Basically, we just smell stuff, the molecules go into our little receptors, and our brain just relays it to our receptor just relays it to our brain, right? Okay, so like that makes sense because like that's how we could detect the danger. Because back then, right, we weren't really like that advanced. So that just gives us the ability to detect danger like fire, gas, and leaks in your gas in your house, which can lead you to death. Which is pretty sad, huh, Chris?
Yeah.
So,
our ancestors went through.
Imagine. Now, since we're humans, right, we actually don't have the best smell in this whole world. For example, dogs have better smell. They can smell a lot of stuff that we can't smell. Now, if Chris was mad right now, I wouldn't tell if I didn't have my eyes. Which is why we have a bunch of other senses to detect danger or to survive. And remember, if you remember something that we said and you bring it up in the conversation, be like, VCM taught us.
Be the truth, we say true, yeah.
Why so serious?